Pump it up, pump it up.
Trae.
Oh, come on, come on.
With Trae.
Pump it up, pump it up.
It's the day with Trae.
This is the day to gain inspiration, to make a positive change in the nation. We're inviting you to partake in conversation, to raise your vibration. It's the day that we will all celebrate all of our peeps that make this thing elevate. Watch the negative fade away, cause it's the day with Trae.
Hey everybody, happy Monday and welcome to The Day with Trae. I'm your guest host, Deontay Damper, and as you can see, Trae is not here today, so I'll be stepping in for my girl this week. It's really great that we be mindful about taking care of ourselves, and we want our girl Trae to take care of herself. So her brother's gonna step in, and I'm so happy to be here. Now, before we start, I need you to like, share, and subscribe to Converge Media, where you can learn more about We Live in Color, Back to Basa, and more. Go to whereweconverge.com to know why Black media matters, okay? And it matters today. Today we have an amazing guest, CEO and founder Simon Okelo, who's head of the Madaraka Festival. They're embarking on their 11th year. And we're gonna sit here and talk about some of the ways that we can start tapping in and ask some questions about Trae, because Trae actually just hosted the last festival in Kenya, y'all. We're gonna learn more about liberation and how we can continue to stay connected. And while we're talking about being connected, I need to tell y'all about the weekend that I had the best time Saturday at a Space Inside. If you have never been to a Space Inside, you have to go. They had an amazing open mic full of music, singers, comedy, and poetry. I'm so happy about that space, not only because it's led by Black women, but it's led by Black women out here in the downtown area. And you know we at Converge do not play about supporting Black businesses, so definitely go to spaceinside.com to learn more. And if you are looking to get your Black business supported, we need you to go to whereweconverge.com/Black businesses so we can be able to highlight and uplift your Black business. We're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back with Simon from the Madaraka Festival in just a minute. You're watching The Day with Trae.
Black caregivers, entrepreneurs, and elders, this one's for you. Queen Care is offering complimentary self-care services to those who give so much to their communities. Take a moment to restore, recharge, and be cared for with free wellness treatments at the Spa House by Queen Care. Spots are limited, so don't wait. Go to queencareproducts.com now to sign up or scan the QR code on your screen, because you deserve the same care you give to others.
Listen up, Puget Sound.
This is a call to my fellow Black business owners.
It's your girl, Vasa Gordon.
It's your boy, Eric Calligraphy, and I know times are tough out here.
Especially for our restaurants, dude. I already know you're feeling the weight.
But let me be clear. We're not going to stand by and watch our community struggle.
Here at Back to Basa and Converge Media, we know Black businesses are the heartbeat of our community.
We bring the culture, the flavor, and the soul. And we need you to keep on thriving.
We need you. So that's why we're opening our platforms to you. Whether it's telling your story, shining a light on your challenges, grabbing resources for you to know about. Dude, we even want to help bring more customers through your doors.
Man, we got you. Are you a restaurant owner trying to keep your lights on? A new business fighting to make your mark? Whatever your story, we want to hear it and help.
In order to make that happen, we need for you to head on over to whereweconverge.com/support Black business and let us know what's happening. Let Back to Basa and Converge Media amplify your voice and help drive traffic to your business.
Man, don't wait. Converge Media is here to uplift Black business in the Puget Sound. So man, make sure you visit whereweconverge.com/support Black business, and let's rise together.
Come celebrate Juneteenth, a road to economic freedom with us in Tacoma, Washington at Stewart Heights Park on June 19th. It's one big happy family reunion that you don't want to miss. Join us as we bring singing powerhouse Crystal Aiken and the legendary gospel superstar himself, Fred Hammond. But that's not all. We're bringing back the old school with everyone's favorite Soul for Real. And there's so much more. June 19th in Tacoma. For more information, visit juneteenthwa.com.
And we're back with The Day with Trae. I'm your guest host, Deontay Damper, and our first guest for this magical Monday is Simon Okelo. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm so happy that you're here.
Thank
Trae
you.
has been talking nonstop about her experience in Kenya
Yeah,
and nonstop about the Makarata Festival, right?
right.
And you've been doing this for how long?
This is the 11th year.
Okay. And how did y'all get started?
Well, in 2014, we came together with a number of brothers and sisters here in Seattle. One of them is Owora Runga, the former trumpet player for Makle Mwendra and Lewis. Another one is Njuguna Gishuru. He was part of the Physics, who are the first Kenyan American generation hip hop group from Seattle. And I had just moved to Seattle from Kenya. And one of the things I was doing at the time was running an education, music, and art program in Kenya. So while I was new here, quite a few people already knew the work I was doing in Kenya, where we were using music and the arts to keep youths off of the streets, giving them an alternative to drugs and violence. So I was producing events in Kenya and using proceeds from the event to run the education, music, and art program. So when I came to the US, I began applying the same concept, looking for people who can help me organize events here. And so one day when we were sitting at the house of Marcia Tate Arunga, Dr. Marcia Tate Arunga, who is the dean for the Evergreen College, that's where the idea of what Madaraka Festival would look like came from, her living room. And so from there, we reached out to multiple people, and Mark Lemo became the first headliner at the Museum of Pop Culture in 2014. Since then, we've been doing this every year and using part of the proceeds to continue growing the education, music, and art program, which has now served over 20,000 youths across East Africa. We have the biggest music education program there because of Madaraka Festival. And so last year, as we were celebrating the 10th anniversary, we were really privileged to have Triana Holiday travel from Seattle all the way to Kenya to host the entire event that brought together over 5,000 people.
5,000 people?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, she didn't say how many people, right?
Yeah.
So being able to do that, right, and to bring it back to your home, what did that mean to you?
It means everything. I've done this festival here in Seattle and really, felt supported by the Seattle community, Converge Media, particularly. Shout out to Omari Salisbury. But doing it at home was different because people were hungry for it. People had been seeing it happening in the US for almost 10 years. And so when we announced that the 10th year anniversary is happening back home, we had so many influencers that wanted to be involved. We had some of the biggest artists in Kenya, and, organizing it was definitely challenging.
What was the challenges?
The biggest challenge was, first of all, educating the crew, the team members, because there's a certain level of quality that we've been producing Madaraka Festival at. So the education piece. The second piece was, there we don't have the Museum of Pop Cultures or the Pier 62 or, Neptune Theatre. There we went to a college playfield and built the venue from scratch. We brought in the stage, the sound, the lighting, the tents. We did everything from scratch because there's also nothing that we could get locally. So everything was being brought from other cities around Kisumu. Mm-hmm. So it was quite complex.
Yeah. But you were able to make it happen.
We made it happen.
And you were telling me before we started, and just sitting here talking about life, that Makarata means liberation.
Yes.
Why did you choose Makarata?
So Madaraka is originally, it was celebrated in the early 60s. In 1963, the British colonizers were just about to leave Kenya. And so the year before Kenya got independence from British, they gave Kenya an opportunity, Kenyan people, black people there, to decide what their future is going to look like. So the day, June 1st, was the day in 1963 when they said, okay, Kenyans, you've fought us enough. Kenyans went to the bush, guerrilla war against the British colonizers, and they exhausted the British. So the British said, you guys can now have your Madaraka, you can have your liberation. So it's celebrated as the day that the British gave up. The British said, okay, now you guys figure out what your future is going to look like. So when I came to the US, I realized that the African community was scattered all over. We were not united. We were always being, pitted against the African American community. And so I felt like we need a Madaraka here. We need to come together. We need to not only come together and celebrate through music and food, but be purposeful, use this event to continue building bridges between Africa and the US.
Yeah, and that is beautiful. And I know, like, if you've been able to do that in Kenya and here, being able to have to navigate that you're doing it as a call to action, but also a celebration.
Right.
So what advice would you give to fellow all Black African-born community members and Black community members? What's some advice that you would give to them about how we can continue to stay liberated?
We've also done Madaraka Festival across 8 cities in the US. In 2023, we toured it across the US and all shows were sold out. The House of Blues in Dallas, Benaroya Hall in Seattle, sold out. Having Plaza in New York. And so what I learned throughout this entire decade of producing Madaraka Festival, in order for us to stay liberated, is for us to first of all believe in ourselves. Forget about what even your siblings, even your parents say about you and your idea. Just believe in you and the idea that you believe you are brought here in the world to accomplish.
Yeah.
Once you have that belief, every piece is going to fall into place. Of course, you have to work hard. You have to identify allies in your community that also believe in you, because you have friends and then you have allies. Your friends are the scared people. They are the people who are afraid for your life. They're the people who are scared for you. They generally probably love you. But then you have allies, people who are actually willing to walk the talk with you. They're willing to wake up at 3 a.m. with you. They're willing to stay until midnight with you. You need more of those people so that they knock more doors for you and help you accomplish your vision, because our community has so much potential, whether it's within the African community here or in the African American community, but because of the fear that we are always told that, oh, you're not capable to do this because you're from this place or you're from this zip code, we're always afraid to push ourselves to the limits.
And we have to continue to do that.
Yes.
In order to get to that goal.
Yes,
right?
yes. Otherwise, we can never be liberated.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, this year is the 11th year.
That's correct.
So what we doing? What are the big plans for year 11?
So the Madaraka Festival this year is happening at Pier 62 at the Seattle Waterfront Park, right by the aquarium. And it's September 6th, Saturday, September 6th. Before that, we are doing a lot of pop-up events. For example, February 1st, we were at Bunbuna Cafe with One Vibe Band. We were able to begin educating people that, hey, even though you're in Renton, you need to be involved. We have a series of events in Everett, in Ballard, in Federal Way throughout the year, where we will be sensitizing the community, uplifting, small Black-owned businesses, taking the Madaraka fever to this location so that by the time September comes, we are already together and liberated.
I love that. And we have to get community members to tap in. We have so many great things that are happening that we get to add on to that. We have FIFA next year.
That's true.
and also this amazing festival. But we need to continue to get community members to tap in.
That's true.
And of course, your family here with Converge, but we need a call to action. So if you can, look in that camera right there and let community know what we need to do.
Thank you so much. I would encourage you to go to www.madarakafestival.com so that you can learn more, and also follow us on Instagram at Madaraka Festival. And if you can go to YouTube as well, we have incredible content, that we are producing both in Kenya and also here in the US. It's at Madaraka Festival also on YouTube. I'm really grateful for the opportunity, and I can't wait to see you all on September 6th at Pier 62.
I want to thank you so much for being a guest here, and we appreciate you. I can't wait to see some more of that footage from Kenya. I've heard so many great things, but I think that what you are saying here is a true testament of what we need to do. We need to continue to mobilize and gather continuously till we all become liberated. Thank you so much, my brother, for coming on.
I deeply appreciate it.
We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back with The Day with Trae.
Getting the scholarship really changed the conversation. It went from, I can do school in my free time and make it work, to I could only focus on school and I could be the best I can be every single day. I can soak up everything. I can read before class and make sure I'm not just learning enough to pass a test. Like, I could really pour all my time into school. That's what having a Seattle College Foundation Scholarship did for me.
Africatown Plaza is our latest affordable housing development project. It's 126 units of affordable housing over community commercial space.
It's the first time in my career, and I've been doing this for 10 years, that I was able to design for people who look like me.
Africatown Plaza is a beacon of hope.
Africatown Plaza is a love letter to the community.
Black caregivers, entrepreneurs, and elders, this one's for you. Queen Care is offering complimentary self-care services to those who give so much to their communities. Take a moment to restore, recharge, and be cared for with free wellness treatments at the Spa House by Queen Care. Spots are limited, so don't wait. Go to queencareproducts.com now to sign up or scan the QR code on your screen because you deserve the same care you give to others.
Welcome back to The Day with Trae. I have to thank my guest, Simon, and his amazing folks over there at the Madaraka Festival. We're talking about liberation, and it's more than just the event itself. You heard him discussing that we are engaging with communities in Everett and Ballard. We want to keep community members to engage, and it's not about the festival. It is about us as a community and what we can continue to bring to the table. And one of those things that we've been doing is togetherness. And I'm going to be tapping into the Madaraka Festival. Hopefully, you might even see me on stage. And definitely shout out to my girl, Trae. She's been talking about this going over there to Kenya, and you'll hear more about that later. But y'all make sure that y'all tap into the Madaraka Festival, and make sure that you tap back in with me on the terrific Tuesday. We have an amazing guest on The Day with Trae. But if you want more information about what we do over here at Converge, go to whereweconverge.com to know why Black media matters. In the meantime, walk with love and have a wonderful Monday.
Converge Media produces culturally relevant content for Black and urban audiences. Our coverage is raw, transparent, and objective, praised by community leaders, government officials, and residents. Support Converge Media today via Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal at Converge Media.